guys? It's me, Emily Butler, still in class, still in clothes from class today. Just starting my video on fears. I think that my number one fear of being a teacher is the vulnerability. And I know that we've talked about it a lot in both methods and management and our other classes, but it's still something that scares me because for me it is very hard to be vulnerable. So, all of the vulnerability that goes with being a teacher is something that puts a lot of pressure on me, I would say. Um, Everybody knows me, my personality, and I happen to be very loud and rambunctious, and sometimes I do things without thinking. And my worst fear is just that me being that way and being a teacher makes me so vulnerable to other people and what they think of me and the way that I am. And while I am loud and I am boisterous and I do like to have a lot of fun, I'm also a really nice person. And I think that that gets lost in the translation of all the craziness that is me. So having people be able to stalk my Facebook or even my siblings' Facebook, if anybody can be that good as to find the rest of my family's Facebook, something that really concerns me because I don't want to be judged for something I've done in a haste or something that I did just for laughs or even something that might have been a joke that could be taken out of context. I just am so afraid that that will come back to haunt me possibly in my profession. The other thing that goes with vulnerability, I think, and is something that I'm worried about, is age. I know that Juan mentioned age in his, but his fear was more the opposite of that. He didn't want to get older and be out of touch with the students. I don't want my young age to be held against me. And I know that I'm kind of old for a major, but I feel like because we're so close to them in age that going into a 12th grade class and being 22 years old and having 18-year-olds in that class is something that is really scary for me because I have a 19-year-old little brother and I know what he thinks and I know what he does and I know what his friends do. So it's something that, really, really, I don't know if it's really unsettling to me as much as just something that we all need to be aware of and think about all the time. But I feel like that puts more pressure on us to look more professional and be more professional than the older teachers because we are so close to them in age that, like somebody said in class, you don't want to walk into class with the same kind of top as one of your students. So I think the closest in age is something that concerns me, both being too close in age and being too far away. Because we did all have those teachers that, Juan talked about that were a little out of touch, used a lot of PowerPoint and lectures and stuff, and one of the best history teachers I ever had was one of those teachers, and it worked well, and that was his teaching style, and it's what worked for him. But I couldn't be that teacher. I could not sit in a classroom and just lecture all day long because I cannot even sit in a classroom all day long as it is. I have thought of many ways to take my kids out of the classroom and to get up out of their desk and to do activities and such because I know that for me, even our 2.5 hour long classes are something that get a little bit too much. I have to take a quick break, run to the bathroom, do a lap around the building. I just can't be sitting there like that. So I think that the vulnerability and the closest in age are something that concerns me. And I know that somebody else said that they were going to mention in their video the possibility of sexual harassment being used against me in some kind of way because we are so close to that age and parents do tend to agree with their students slash kids. So if there's a kid that is mad about a grade that I gave them and they decide to say that Miss Emily might have given them that grade because she doesn't like them or she tried to do something with them and they wouldn't have it, or vice versa, that there's a kid in my class that thinks that because I'm so close to them in age that it is okay to act inappropriately or to say inappropriate comments or to pal around with me maybe the way that some of my friends or some of my peers might do, which is not okay. But honestly, I think it's just mostly the vulnerability and the fact that we are looked at and scrutinized so harshly in our profession that scares me the most. I look forward to watching everybody's videos. I'll see you guys on Thursday.